Hey everyone, Tim here. Time for another video. This is going to be a challenge video. I'm answering the challenge of Walter Jonesing for movies. He has a 10 Criterion movie challenge. Basically, you get 10 Criterion titles to pick from your collection, and that's it. And you get one cheat of a box set. You know, something like this can be one instead of, I think this is like 6 movies. Yeah, 6 movies. That's not one of my choices. So I have a stack over here of 10 movies, and this might not be the most diverse list. One of the benefits to Criterion is you get movies from every country imaginable. They are a great label for discovery. And unfortunately, I already know it. Mine is mostly American, but it's also, when I think about I only get 10, I want stuff that is, I already know is super rewatchable and that I love, which is one of the reasons why half my pile is the 1950s, which the 1950s is my second favorite decade behind the 80s, which the 80s is represented here too. So yeah, so challenges like this, I'm going to pick what I really love. So let's kick into this with the first movie, The Girl Can't Help It. I really enjoyed this movie. First time watching it when this came out, what was this, early this year, I think, maybe? Or was it late last year? I think it was early this year. But I thought it was a wonderful, fun as heck movie, and I would pick it because this is chock full of 1950s music. It's just a good time to watch. You're just smiling as you're watching it. So that would be the main reason. If I'm getting one, I want something musical and fun in there. So yeah, The Girl Can't Help It. Absolute blast. And then I transition into something like Parasite, which is fun in its own right. I've seen this movie several times, and I still don't know how to categorize this. I feel like this movie fits into like several different genres, and each time you watch it, you get just something a little bit different. So yeah, this is a great movie. I mean, absolutely fantastic movie all around. So I would absolutely pick Parasite. I'd take this over like the US 4K. I would still end up picking this Blu-ray. Next one, we've got Smooth Talk. This was great. I watched this for the first time this year. I loved it. Treat Williams is, I don't know how to say it, an evil mystery. I get, you don't know much about his character, but he's kind of evil. He has that undertone of evil, and just with the way the movie ends, you're like, what? Laura Dern is fantastic. I mean, she's always fantastic. This was really good. And again, this is really great soundtrack. This is 1980s. What is it? 85. Yeah, great soundtrack. Just a really good coming of age, coming to terms with your sexuality type movie. Really dug Smooth Talk. Next up, since my pile actually doesn't have a Hitchcock. Holy crap. There's tons of Hitchcock choices, and I don't have a Hitchcock in here. But I have the closest you could get to a Hitchcock, and that is with Charade, with Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. This movie is so damn good. This feels like a Hitchcock movie, and it's not. You also got Walter Matthau in here. His role is great. It's pretty minimal, but he's great. So yeah, I really love that one. So that would be my Hitchcock choice without picking a Hitchcock. Next up, we have the 1958 The Blob. So the remake is awesome. This one's awesome. I give the slight edge to the original, though. You get to see Steve McQueen in the beginning of his career. It's fun. The practical effects are awesome. So, yeah, I really enjoy it. Plus, I was actually at the theater that this was filmed at. So that's pretty cool. Next one up, I was strongly between 12 Angry Men in this title. And that is Anatomy of Murder. And I could have chose, I guess, both. And something else would get the cut. But I went with Anatomy of Murder. James Stewart. You get this amazing Saul Bass artwork. Otto Preminger movie. This is a great mystery thriller type movie. Really, really damn great. It's long. It's 161 minutes, but it's, yeah, highly, highly recommended. And even have I guess with this challenge, be like, do I get my regular movies and the 10 Criterion? Because I do also have the 4K up there. But I guess for the purpose of the challenge, I'll pretend that I have no other movies and I just get these 10 Criterion. So I take that. Next up, I have, still unopened for this one, but I've seen the movie many times. The Breakfast Club. I just picked up the Criterion for the first time because I had actually several different editions of the Blu-ray. But I was like, you know what? Hell with it. I want the actual Criterion version too. So picked that up with this past sale. But John Hughes is limited filmography he had, and he hit it out of the park pretty much every time. And Breakfast Club is one of his absolute best. I mean, Ferris Bueller was on Criterion. I'd give that the edge. But yeah, Breakfast Club, love it. So that's another 80s choice in there. Next up, if you've seen some of my recent stuff, I've kind of hyped up this movie, but Summertime. Really loved Summertime. I get both Hepburns in this. Not related, but I get both Hepburns using this challenge. Summertime was wonderful. It's basically just following a woman while she's on vacation, but it's great. I loved everything about it. The cinematography, the score, the acting, everything is top notch. So happy with that. And we're down to 2 left. Next up, only my second foreign one, which would be Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I've mentioned many times, score and cinematography are 2 things that really can hit it for me. And this movie, the cinematography is outstanding in this movie. This is a very pretty movie all around. It looks great. And I say how I love score, and this movie uses the exact opposite of their scenes with just absolute silence, basically, but hearing like the crackling of the fire and there's no music going. It's a very pretty movie, though, so that would be choice number 9. And then choice number 10 is, I would argue it's my favorite of the entire stack here. And that would be The Night of the Hunter. Incredible movie. Honest to God, I think Robert Mitchum's character is one of the best villains in movies, one of the most terrifying villains. He is so menacing. He's using religion as his excuse for what he's doing because he thinks he's justified. He is an evil bastard, and it's so well acted. Shelley Winters is great. There is such an iconic scene with her in this movie that just sears into your eyeballs when you see it. Wonderful movie. Dark, very dark for the time period, because this is 55. It is a very dark movie for 1955. But that is my stack right there. Again, Walter Jonesing for Movies started the challenge. I answered it. Here's my 10. Again, sorry it's not super diverse, but that's kind of going with what I feel like I watch the most for certain reasons. So, yeah, that is all I got. You can like, comment, subscribe. Let me know some of the stuff that you would pick for the challenge. Have you taken the challenge yet? And, of course, there'll be a link down below to his original video if you would like to try it. So, that's all I got. I will see you guys in the next one.